YouTuber, Logan Paul's NFT game is a big crypto scam. YouTuber and internet personality Logan Paul has found himself with a massive target on his forehead recently. Paul, who's been on something of a redemption arc these last few years following the Suicide Forest fiasco in December 2017, is back in hot water after crypto investigator Stephen CryptoZilla Findyson published a 3-part video series looking into CryptoZoo, a blockchain game Paul once heavily promoted. There are just two glaring problems here. The game doesn't exist yet, and Paul's most ardent fans and early investors have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in the process of supporting it. Logan Paul, the older brother of boxer and media personality Jake Paul, is a YouTuber who began creating content on Vine in the early 2010s before migrating to Google's video platform once Vine shuttered. He regularly uploads vlog-style videos in which he offers viewers a voyeuristic look into his daily life and the various shenanigans he engages in. While already a controversial figure during his early content creation days, Paul didn't really draw the internet's ire until December 2017 when he filmed a video in Japan's Aokigahara forest in which he and members of his crew filmed and interacted with a dead body in a manner many considered tasteless and inappropriate. Aokigahara has a reputation for being a site of frequent suicides. Most sensible people nowadays know that any project that involves NFTs in any way is something you probably shouldn't touch with a 10-foot barge pole. Even forgetting about all the negative impacts on the environment, the practice has become a non-stop cause of controversy over the past couple of years. If that wasn't enough to dissuade you from grabbing an NFT for yourself, perhaps the latest NFT controversy will. Logan Paul has been a controversial character throughout the majority of his online career, although he's been keeping his head down recently by purchasing fake Pokémon cards and starring in WWE matches. He's being placed back in the spotlight now though, as a YouTuber called Stephen CryptoZilla Findyson has conducted an investigative report into CryptoZoo, thanks Kotaku, an NFT game that Paul has promoted heavily on his podcast show Impulsive. For those unaware, CryptoZoo is essentially supposed to be a really fun game that earns you money, a description right from the mouth of Logan Paul himself. In the game, you can buy zoo coins to spend on NFT eggs which hatch into animals. You can then breed these animals to make hybrids and sell them to make more zoo coins. The rarer a hybrid, the more zoo coins you bring in, and the more money you make. It sounds good in theory, but the problem is that CryptoZoo has reportedly never been in a playable state, despite the fact that users have been spending up to $500,000 in the game. In fact, CryptoZilla reveals users purchased $2.5 million worth of eggs in the first day of these NFTs being available, without the game having launched at all. The Zoo coin currency also managed to reach a market cap of over $2 billion before launch as well. To make matter worse, a victim of the CryptoZoo scam going by the name of Helicopter Bob also revealed that the ability to retrieve your Zoo coin yield didn't work on the launch of the game, and still doesn't work to this day. This means that for all the money that investors were funneling into CryptoZoo, nobody was able to get anything back. Those that invested with cryptocurrency like Ethereum allegedly weren't even able to hatch the NFT eggs they purchased, with CryptoZoo support supposedly claiming the service was down. Logan Paul himself remained pretty much radio silent during the whole fiasco, with many believing he'd abandoned the project altogether. When he did speak, Paul claimed that the reason for the disaster was due to drama behind the scenes, with the game's code allegedly being held hostage by a developer for a $1 million ransom. However, when CryptoZilla reached out to the same dev, he claimed that he did indeed take the code, but was holding it hostage for money that Paul owed the development team for work on CryptoZoo. Paul has responded to CryptoZilla's report, calling it simply not true. He then went on to say that he will explain everything in the next episode of Impulsive on January 3rd, in which he claims bad actors will be exposed, explained, and held fully accountable. Both Paul and CryptoZilla have also invited each other onto their own shows, although nothing is set in stone right now. No matter what happens next week, this entire saga is just another example that you probably shouldn't be spending thousands on JPEGs.